Good afternoon. My name is Krisha. Welcome to the Mango Grove. Today we are going to be going over Bitcoin's price action and what levels am I looking for Bitcoin to close over in tomorrow's weekly close in order for us to still be in great bullish territory. Now, it is a Sunday, and I'm sure we all have better things to do on a Sunday. I mean, it's not often that Bitcoin gives us a chance to just lay low, sit back, relax, spend time with the family. And well, today it's doing that, so I'm going to try and keep this short, simple, straightforward. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, you guys? Alright, so like I said, we're going to try and keep this as short and sweet as possible so we can go out there, enjoy it Sunday with our friends, with our family, do our thing. But yeah, let's get into it. Weekly, what am I looking for on the weekly? Well, two things. I'm looking for it to hold the weekly 21 EMA as well as the weekly 10 simple moving average. And if you remember from all our previous videos, we took back those levels in that beautiful 40% move to the upside in last week's close. So let's go ahead and put on the 10 simple moving average as well. We already have the weekly 21 EMA on, so we have that. I'm gonna get rid of the cloud because I just want to look at these two levels right now. So I have it marked with these lines over here. So the weekly 21 EMA is sitting at around 8,998 if you want to be super precise. But yeah, let's just round up to 9,000. So yeah, 9,000, and the weekly 10 simple moving average is sitting at 9,160. So essentially, guys, what I am looking for tomorrow is for price to close over 9,160. That way, it closes over the weekly 21 EMA as well as the weekly 10 simple moving average, and I'm going to look at that as a bullish indication, and I will be looking for further price action to the upside if we do manage to close above both those levels. I'm looking for both those levels to be secured in tomorrow's close. What other candles do we close tomorrow? We close the daily as usual, like we close every day. But yeah, the daily, and notice, guys, how the daily is just being sort of kind of guided by the daily 10 simple moving average. Now, question is the daily 10 simple moving average in line with the weekly 10 simple moving average? And well, it's not. It's at 9,212. But yeah, it would be super cool if Bitcoin can close over that too. But like Sean says, and I kind of trade in those terms as well, is that my higher time frame levels are always given more precedent than my lower time frame levels. So as long as we kind of hold that weekly 10 simple moving average tomorrow, I'd say we're in fairly bullish territory. But note that, the daily 10 simple moving average is sitting at around $9,212 per Bitcoin. Alright, so let's just go ahead and mark that. 9,212. I really hope you guys are having a good Sunday. My Sunday's been so amazing today. It's been nice, hot, sunny. One of those nice lazy days. And I hope you have a lazy Sunday too. But yeah, so this is it. 9,212 for the daily 10 simple moving average. What else do we have? Whoa. Do you guys see that? Okay, before we do that, you know me and patterns. Can't help myself. But yeah, let's just go ahead and put on our cloud because I noticed something else in my video, and Sean has been kind of talking about this for some time now in all his previous Bitcoin analysis videos that he's been doing off late. But he has mentioned price action, Bitcoin's price action holding that daily the daily Kijun, sorry. That, guys, right here is the Kijun. I'm going to get rid of my horizontal lines. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at the way it's holding it. Look at the way it's respecting it. So that's very nice. And that's another level that we would like Bitcoin to close over, given that it's been 8 days above that level, and I would look for Bitcoin. We don't hope here, guys. There's no hopium. So essentially, we would want Bitcoin to close over the daily Kijun in order to still retain a sort of bullish structure, given that it held the daily Kijun for 8 days in a row. So I would be looking for that, and I believe that is also in line with our close over the weekly 10 simple moving average, which is sitting at 9,100 Sorry. So yeah, we're looking for price to hold that. The daily Kijun is sitting below that at 9,121. So that's kind of all in that nice squeeze of 2%. So this is the daily. This is what we have on the daily. So we essentially want to still hold that daily Kijun on tomorrow's close. It would be a bonus. It would be an absolute bonus if we manage to take, if we manage to hold the daily 10 simple moving average as well. But like I said, that's going to be bonus. We're essentially looking to hold, well, the daily Kijun, the weekly 21 EMA, as well as the weekly 10 simple moving average, which is sitting at 9,160. Okay, cool. And what else? Yes, I told you that I noticed this pattern. I didn't say anything about a pattern, but I just said ooh. But yeah, guys, do you see that? Do you see that? I couldn't help myself. But yeah, you have this. Could it be? Is that a descending triangle? What the? Is that a descending triangle? Oh my god. Oh my god. That may very well be a descending triangle. I don't know though. We'll have to kind of pan on over to our lower time frames. But let's see where that points down to. By the way, guys, that green box that you see on my screen, this one right here, is the CME Gap. Now, the CME Gap is sitting at around $8,900, $9,000, all the way down to $8,600. It is a very, very tight zone, but it is still there. We have not kind of filled that gap except on one exchange. We all know which one. Bad joke, but I heard that Deribit is handling the case very professionally and very, very well, and people are happy with the response so far, which is a good thing. But yeah, it managed, we have not officially on every other exchange actually filled that gap, so that is something to note. We do open the CMEs tomorrow, so yeah, something to note. The range again is very, very tight. It's sitting from 9,000 all the way to 8,600. It's about a 1.24% from where we're at right now. Damn, is Bitcoin going down? Kind of. It's about 2.83% from where we are at right now. So yeah, this is happening on the daily, and like I said, this looks to be a descending triangle. And for those of you who are not privy with patterns, a descending triangle is a bearish formation, and it has a strong probability of breaking to the downside. So that is something to note. This is a bearish structure. So let's just go on to our 4-hour time frame to see what exactly is happening over there. Now I noticed, so there's something else. I'm actually just going to start kind of fresh here just to be a little more unbiased with our analysis on that, on the formation of the descending triangle. So notice, I brought this up to Sean not too long ago in terms of this wedge that was forming on Bitcoin. I know a lot of people have been looking at this. I've been kind of going over other analysis online just to see what, popular sentiment is. What is that popular formation that everyone and their grandmothers are looking at? And it happened to be, well, this descending channel. Some people found a wedge. Depends how you draw it. But the measured move for this was, well, going all the way here. Did we meet that measured move? No, we did not. But not just that, on the break of this pattern, I noticed that it was like kind of lackluster. The break itself was lackluster. Why? Well, because if you kind of just put the volume on. Now, I'm a sucker for volume, guys. I'm always looking for volume to back up a break of a certain pattern. I look for that usually in order for me to actually have a level of confidence in actually playing the pattern. If I don't see the volume, I kind of stay away from it more often than not. So the volume on this was kind of lackluster. Not just the volume, even the push to the upside in terms of price action was lackluster, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But in terms of the formation itself, now, for those of you in the seed program, by the way, now I just learned this all thanks to Sean. I was kind of editing his work and stuff, and for those of you in the seed program, the next module is going to be on trend trading, and it's going to be one of the most important modules you touch base on. So make sure you go over that, because this is essentially going to show you how to identify patterns that have a higher probability of playing out versus patterns that have failed. And you will know when the trend or the pattern has failed way in advance. That way you are not left blindsided. So it is going to be an important module. Make sure you watch that. But for the purposes of this example right in front of us, let's go ahead and dissect this one. So what do I find here? So there is this descending channel that did break to the upside. However, that there was no volume, or the price action to the upside was not sufficient enough. But what are we looking for? I'm looking for a local high, which we did have like a local high over here. Now what am I looking for? I'm essentially looking for, well, price to maintain a certain sort of degree. Not a degree. I'm looking for price to maintain higher lows. So I'm essentially looking for this. Okay, let's just go on to a 1 hour so we have like a better sort of visual. I'm gonna get rid of this big green CME box. Like, who even... We care. No, we care. There we go. So this is what I'm essentially looking for. I'm essentially looking for price to kind of retain its higher lows. I want the structure to sort of stay intact. Now notice that this 4 hour candle has not closed yet, right? I'm gonna kind of change the color of this line so you know what line we're looking at in terms of our higher lows. Make it a yellow because I like yellow. So get onto our 4 hour chart. We have not closed this 4 hour candle yet, guys, yet. We do close the 4 hour in about an hour, 20 minutes. So we close this candle then, but I am looking for price to maintain its higher lows in order for this pattern to actually have some chance of playing out. If it does not maintain those higher lows, I say we're breaking to the downside, and I say there's a very, very strong chance that this may have potentially morphed into a descending triangle of sorts. So that is something to kind of keep your eyes out on. And if this descending pattern, if this descending, triangle plays out, there's a strong likelihood, there's a strong chance that we may not end up holding the weekly 10 SMA for tomorrow's close. Now that all depends on whether or not we break in the next, hours leading up to, the weekly candle close. So that will depend on that. We could sort of even continue on the pattern we could still continue on the pattern way after the candle closes. That way we actually do end up holding the 10 simple moving average, which is sitting at 9,160. That's the level we're looking for Bitcoin to close over. But this is something that's happening on the lower time frames. Am I giving this, which one do I, put more weight on? Always, always, always the weekly. Always the weekly. Always the higher time frames, essentially. So I am essentially looking only at the weekly right now in order to really handle or manage my trades. All my current trades right now are all on the higher time frames. They are all long-term trades, so I'm only going to be looking at the weekly. However, this is something definitely to keep your eyes on that's happening on the 4 hour as well as the 1 hour time frames. If you are someone who is scalping or trading like the short ranges, I think there's a play to be had here if you're out there on a Sunday watching, looking at the charts. But for those of us who just want to go out there and enjoy the Sunday, this is what Bitcoin is doing. These are the levels that we're looking. 9,160 is a level that we are looking for Bitcoin to close over. Now, it's 9,160 on my Bitstamp chart. It may be something entirely different on your chart depending on what exchange you are using. But that level is essentially the 10 simple moving average on the weekly. I am looking for price to close over that. It closing over the 10 simple moving average means that it has also closed over the weekly 21 EMA. Now with that said, guys, this is all I have for you today. And yeah, enjoy your Sunday with your friends, your family, whatever it is that you're doing. And yeah, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, guys.